Hi everyone, we're here at the Alex Jafar Research Show and with our special guest, Daniel Sikavi.
Hello.
He's our last interviewee, and Daniel is he is an Intel semifinalist.
Yes.
And he's going to tell us a little about that later. But first, let's know about your project and the purpose and the title.
Yeah, okay, so the title of my project is a bit long. It's entitled The Relationship Between Psychosocial Factors and the Patient-Oncologist Relationship and Quality of Care, a study of breast cancer patients. Essentially, what I tried to do was look at the role that a bunch of different factors related to the relationship with breast cancer patients and their doctors play, and sort of understanding the quality of care that patients receive. So I looked at factors such as the degree to which patients trusted their doctors, their healthcare access, their doctor's informativeness, and the doctor's supportiveness, and how those factors would help to explain their medication adherence, satisfaction with their care, overall health, and also their willingness to seek a second opinion.
Alright, so now his project I know is it considered in-house or?
Yeah, I did it in-house. I actually did it in one of the seminar classes, but I did receive a lot of help from Dr. Wesley.
Okay.
In addition, I did get a lot of help from people outside of this little high school ground we've established here, and I've had a variety of help from a bunch of different researchers, professors in the field.
Alright, so how about you tell me a little about your experience day to day as a researcher for your specific type of project?
Yeah, okay, so the day-to-day really changes depending on what phase of the research I was in. So in the beginning, you always start with your literature review. So I would read a whole bunch, well, first I would have to find a whole bunch of articles. A lot of the times those articles were not available to me, so I went and got help from our librarian, who then put me in touch with all the articles and all of that. So I would read the articles, take notes on them, then design my study. As I designed my study, I would look for different scales, different measures in the field that seemed to be valid, reliable sources and ways to gauge what I sought to understand in patients' lives.
So, for you specifically, I know your project is considered behavioral science, right? So, any particular skills that you would say someone who's interested in doing your type of project would need beforehand?
Yeah. What you first need is a lot of perseverance, because for my study it was very difficult to get the sample size that I needed. My sample consisted of breast cancer patients, and that's a population to which I don't really have ready access.
What was the basic procedure you used to carry your methods?
So what I did is, first I had to create my survey, basically my instrument, that I would give to patients to complete so that I could get my data. And the way I went about that was I looked at a lot of the literature that I had read in the field that pertained to my study. I then had to find a sample. So, as I had mentioned, it was very difficult for me, but I would spend several hours on the phone. Also, I emailed people, just trying to find out what institutions, what organizations would be willing to help me. So in the end, I came in contact with the American Cancer Society, who helped me put me in touch with patients.
What can you tell us about like the conclusions, like the general conclusion that you were able to deduce?
Yes. So the goal of my study was really to understand what factors are most important in explaining patients' quality of care. And a lot of research had looked at the relationship between patients' trust in their doctors and their quality of care. And research had been rather concrete on establishing a positive relationship. So patients who trust their doctors more have been shown to report higher qualities of care. But a lot of research had also linked patients' trust in their doctors to different aspects of the relationship between patients themselves and their doctors. But no study had looked at whether those psychosocial factors, so the aspects of the relationship with their doctors, explaining their quality of care. So that's what I basically tried to do.
So tell me, how has your research experience been here for the years that you've been in the program?
The research experience overall, I have to say, it's been very rewarding, because what a lot of people don't understand and they don't realize when they first start the program is that we have a very special thing that exists in our little third floor oasis. And we've really, over here, we have the opportunity to pursue basically any research question that exists in the world, which is pretty incredible. And we have a lot of resources available here to help us. Dr. Wilsey is an amazing person, and she's been very helpful along the way.